Sustainability honestly didn't mean very much to me at the beginning of this class, and I really didn't have a big interest in it at all. I started off not really caring about the environment, and I didn't think that my small part could really make a difference at all, so I figured why even bother? I would only do things for the earth if it was easy for me, such as throwing away a plastic bottle in the recycling bin if it was right next to the trash can. So, in order to see how I've changed throughout this speech class, we will first look at what I have done. Next, we will look at what I learned from others. And finally, we will look at how it changed my perception of sustainability. So, let's begin by looking at what I have done. I started off by looking at the things that my family does to be sustainable. I was surprised that it was very easy to think of things that we did to help the earth. Oftentimes, it's things such as shutting off the lights or turning off the water when you brush your teeth. It's just like no brainers that you don't even have to think about. And my mother has kids that come to our house every day that she teaches preschool to, and so I've been continuing to teach them those kind of things, the small things that they can do to help as well. So after that, I was thinking of topics for my persuasive speech, and I was a little stuck. I didn't know what to do it on. And I went to this community service thing in Columbus called No Limits, and it's about tobacco control. And I learned a lot about tobacco control, and it's what inspired me to do my speech on it. And I thought it was a great way to help spread their word of what they were trying to teach us teens, and I thought it'd be a great way to continue the message. And so this class is what inspired me to go in the first place. And so I got to learn even more about tobacco control while researching for the speech, and it turned out to be really great, and it was one of my favorite speeches, and I was very proud of it. So after that, I got the chance to research sustainable agriculture, and this is something that I talked to my uncle about since he's a farmer, and he helped me think of some things to write about, and with the ones that I also came up with from researching about them, he had a few that he was gonna start doing that he didn't really know about before, so that was cool to see how I was making a difference within my own family even. So after that, I got the chance to research sustainable restaurants, and I thought that was a unique topic, and I probably figured that not many people had done something on that. And it was always something that I knew it was really unhealthy to eat out at restaurants, but I never thought there was really anything I could do about it. And so it was cool to see how when I was selling eggs at farmers markets along with garden foods, I actually was helping. So that was really cool to learn about and stuff like that. So now that we've seen what I've done throughout the class, we can now look at what I've learned from others. So first I got to learn about how other people are sustainable in their homes. And the neatest one that I learned about was using a bike as transportation instead of a car. And I know it seems like a no-brainer, but it's not really something that I would think to do, to hop on my bike and ride my bike to the gas station that's 3 miles away from my house. I would always think to get in the car and drive there. So it's actually beneficial for many reasons because it's exercise, I get to save on gas, and also I'm protecting the earth. So that was also something new that I am going to start doing. And after that, I learned how bullying and depression can lead to obesity. And I think this is something that most people can probably figure out, but it's probably something that's also very overlooked. And so I thought that was also really neat to learn about because I want to be an elementary school teacher someday. And so I want to make sure that I have really strict policies on bullying because I know that my elementary school really didn't. And I now know how much of a problem that it can cause for children because they get bullied by what their weight is. And it drives them to depression and to eat even more, which makes the problem only get worse rather than better. After that, I learned that the cool idea of having high school students be required to partake in community service. And before this class, it's something that I would completely dread and disagree with, but now I know a lot of neat benefits that it would provide high school students. For one, you're more apt to do it as an adult if you create these habits at a younger age. And I know many adults that couldn't say much that they've done for their community, and I don't want to be like that when I'm older. So I think that's one reason that it's a good idea. And it also is how you're giving back to the community that has done so much for you. So it's really something that we should all be doing, and so that's why I think it'd be a good idea to have that be required in high schools. So now that we have looked at things that I've learned from others, we can now look at how this class has changed my perception on sustainability. It really opened my eyes and made me want to do more good for my community. And it's also what inspired me to go to that No Limits group, which I would have never even thought to do before, but I figured I might as well and might get some good ideas for a speech, and then I ended up really enjoying it, and it's something that I want to do again, and I'm joining their group, so I get to travel and help spread their word even more. So I think that's something I'll become really passionate about, and I am very grateful for that opportunity. And it also has made me want to do more good things for the earth and help protect it instead of viewing it as such a chore. I was never aware of how much of what I did made a difference and how I can make such a big difference in such a big world. And I feel we are all a little blind and unknowing of things that we could do for our community to help better the earth. And this class really helped me realize all the ways that I can help and inspire others to do the same. It was a great opportunity to learn about all of these things, considering I didn't even really know what the word meant before this class. And the only thing that I thought of when it came to being green was recycling. And now I know how many more aspects there are behind sustainability, which I never knew before. So as you can see, this class was a great learning opportunity for me. And we were first able to see that by looking at what I had done, next by what I learned from others, and finally how this class changed my perception on sustainability. I will do my best to keep up my work of being good to the earth and supporting sustainability in the best ways that I can by attending more community service gatherings and discussing ideas and bringing up ideas to my school of how to make a difference in my school community as well. I'm grateful I got the chance to get inspired and make a difference, and I hope others got the same experience from this class that I did.